Kelsey.
I'm Allie.
I'm Valerie.
I'm Spencer.
Fall in Nebraska means a lot of things: changing leaves, cooling temperatures, and college football. The fall of 2015 was particularly interesting for the Nebraska football team. They had a new coach and unfamiliar losing record. In fact, one of the worst in 50 years. Not to mention 5 of the 6 losses had come within the last minutes of the game. Although the season was disappointing, to say the least, fans were still looking forward to November 7th. Michigan State was ranked the 7th team in the country and were coming into Memorial Stadium undefeated. Many fans were quoted as saying, "If only we can ruin their undefeated season, it will make up for ours." That Saturday, Memorial Stadium filled up with over 90,000 fans as usual. The sun was setting and the temperatures were dropping as the 6:30 kickoff time approached. The week before, starting quarterback Tommy Armstrong had sat out of the game because of a foot injury. This caused backup quarterback Gregor Fife to start his first game ever. Fife threw multiple interceptions and the Huskers lost to a Purdue team having an even worse season than the Huskers. Although Tommy Armstrong was usually under criticism, the fans were looking forward to having him back on the field. As the game started, the Huskers got off to a strong start and pulled out to a 10-0 lead. The defense was holding strong and caused Michigan State to score no touchdowns. The first score for Michigan State came on the board with 30 seconds left in the quarter with a field goal. Into the second quarter, Michigan State quickly tied up the game. Unlike the last quarter, the Huskers offense had stalled. They forced their defense to spend much more time on the field than they would like. They were tired, and Michigan State's offense continued to work. Going into halftime, the Huskers had lost their lead. Right after halftime, the Huskers scored 6-7 quick points, and the fans were still hopeful. But Michigan State still continued to work, and with a little over 4 minutes left in the game, had earned themselves a 12-minute lead. Many of the fans had decided that it was time to beat the traffic and leave the game. But luckily, the Huskers knew that it wasn't over and made these last 4 minutes possibly the most memorable of their careers. Although many of the fans thought the game was over, Tommy Armstrong ran a quick touchdown in and had 2 minutes left in the game. The crowd went crazy and the Husker bench erupted as the team's newfound anthem, "Let Me Clear My Throat," filled the stadium. Next, the defense came out and held their ground. They gave the offense 1 minute to choose their destiny. Starting near his own end zone, Tommy Armstrong knew what to do and started throwing passes down the field. Pass 1, pass 2, pass 3, touchdown. Wide receiver Brandon Riley had caught Armstrong's third pass and made his way to the end zone. But was it a catch? Riley had stepped out of bounds and Michigan State thought no. But the entirety of Memorial Stadium was already celebrating while "Let Me Clear My Throat" was back on the speakers. There was an official review of Riley's touchdown, and the referees confirmed that the Huskers had pulled off their miracle 39-38 win against the 7th-ranked team in the country with only 17 seconds left on the clock. This left Michigan State 17 seconds to pull off an even better miracle. But as the clock ran down to 0 in Memorial Stadium, the stands became filled with emotions and cheers. Michigan State made their way to the locker room, and the Huskers danced on the field, feeling the joy that their competitors had felt in their heartbreaking losses earlier in the season. Although the miracle win didn't do much statistically for the Huskers' season, the game will forever be remembered by players and fans as the time when their team never gave up against the best opponent they would play all year.